All right. Got something new for you tonight. Today.
Something new.
Whenever you... Something new but old. Something we haven't done before.
I mean, every episode should be something we haven't done before.
Yeah, but sometimes...
That's how episodic things work.
Sometimes we rip each other off.
Okay.
All right. It's season 2. We're going to try a few new things.
Season 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. Hopefully this will catch on, because if this goes well, I know we have a couple more we could do.
It better not be an idea that I already had. Now you're just going to spit it at me now to start this whole thing.
That's a slippery slope, my friend, because usually I come up with the ideas. You maybe make them a little bit better, and then for some reason you think that means it's your idea, but I don't think you understand how that works.
I'm sorry, I stopped listening when you started complimenting yourself.
What, is that what I was doing?
Sounded like it.
I was putting you down. Tomato. So I think we should revisit a word.
Oh, so we are going to do something we already did.
Kind of. But we're going to do it better. I'm hoping you will do it better this time.
We'll see.
All right. Well, thankfully, we've had a few words that have been a little more successful than the other words, I'd say. And we've had one that just seems to not die, and it seems to kind of morph and twist, and I think we could revisit it, and it would be just as current as when we did the last time.
So not current at all?
Not current at all. I think we should tackle Riz again. I think we're ready for Riz. We weren't ready for Riz last time.
I don't know that I'm ready for Riz now.
You got Riz all over yourself.
That's not what that is.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Are you in?
I'll give it the old college try.
Riz.
For those of you who know me, you know that I dropped out of college, so that's not a particularly good try.
Mm-hmm. So it's Riz Part 2 then, right?
Riz Part 2.
Lost in New York. All right, I'll let you start.
You're going to let me start something I don't even want to do?
You want to do Riz Part 2.
I don't know that I do. Why are we doing it again? Do we feel that I missed jokes?
You miss a lot of jokes. But I thought Riz is kind of like, it still kind of means what it meant before, but hasn't it kind of morphed a little bit?
I don't know. Once we record an episode, I stop paying attention to the word altogether. Also the world altogether. That
is true.
All right, so global you are.
All right. And so this is going to, the Riz thing is a total clusterfuck. It sets up another word you probably won't want to do.
Is it another recap?
No, it's actually, it's not a new word. This would be a flashback.
Okay.
Because I just FUBAR'd that whole thing.
You sure did.
Yep.
Is FUBAR the word?
You want it to be?
No.
I dare you to do FUBAR.
No, I don't want to do it.
Let's do FUBAR.
I don't want to do FUBAR.
Why not?
This episode's already FUBAR.
Yeah, but can we do FUBAR without using the bad word that's in FUBAR? Can we do this whole episode without dropping that word?
I can't talk for more than 10 minutes without using that word, so I find it very hard to believe that I'm going to make it through an entire episode.
Really?
Yeah.
No, seriously. Can we do it without what it means?
Without what it means? No.
No, I mean without because it's an acronym, right?
Yes.
It's an acronym for what?
Effed up. Fudged up beyond all recognition.
You want to clear your throat and try that one more time?
Fudged up beyond all recognition.
Yes, that's a great word.
Much like the beginning of this episode when you tried to feed me Riz a second time.
It fits, right?
Feeding me Riz a second time is like the second time you give a baby steamed carrots.
Why?
Because they just spit it back up. It's gross.
Okay. That's FUBAR.
It is FUBAR.
See, I think this is perfect.
That's what I meant to happen. I was going to give you a word and we were going to totally screw up the whole beginning of the episode. And then we were going to change to a different word and then bam, magic.
Yeah, let's roll with that. We'll take it.
Perfect.
That's our challenge this week, though. Is not to use the bad word for FUBAR. Let's be better than that.
Listen, I can hardly pronounce recognition anyway.
Really? That's not true.
Isn't that the bad word?
Because you're literate, right?
Yes, I am literate.
Mm-hmm. So I don't believe you have
I
a
am
problem.
illiterate. I am not illiterate.
Okay. Well, you say you don't like FUBAR. So
I didn't say I don't like FUBAR.
I've heard you say in the past you've said you don't really like that word.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel uses it in the movie, and I hate Vin Diesel.
Really? What movie?
Isn't he the one that says it in Saving Private Ryan?
Oh, he might. But is that that's when he dies, right?
Well, no.
You should like that word.
He says it before he dies.
Well, he has to. You can't say when he's dead.
Not with that attitude.
Hmm.
I don't know that he's the one that says it, so I don't know that I want to really attribute it to him. It's fine.
The other thing is there's a new TV show called FUBAR.
Oh, really?
You don't know who's in it?
Well, clearly I don't, because I don't know that it's a show.
Yeah. It's on, I guess
Hallmark TV?
Maybe it's a movie.
My boy.
Your boy. That was his last thing he did.
That's so weird too, because like it's is it not really FUBAR then? Is it FUBAR?
FUBAR. See, now you're gonna love the word.
I'm seeing the title screen, and granted, he just showed me the title screen, but now all I can see is FUBAH. FUBAR.
FUBAR. You mean now I'm FUBAR me later?
We have to get out of here.
Get to the FUBAR.
This situation is FUBAR. How can he say situation and he can't say FUBAR?
Oh, I'll set you up. Ready? Maybe it's a tumor.
It's not a FUBAR.
There you go. It's not a FUBAR.
Maybe it's a FUBAR. It's not a FUBAR.
So I might need your help. I'm trying to find out.
It's not a FUBAR. Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to do an Italian way of saying that it's not FUBAR. It's not the FUBAR.
I'm trying to figure out how old FUBAR is.
It's at minimum World War II.
Because honestly, the first time I ever heard it was the movie Tango and Cash, like 1987 or something like that.
I will let you know that is the first time in the history of the human race that anybody said the first time I heard anything was in the movie Tango and Cash. And that's not even saying that it's a bad movie. That's not the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever reference that as any point of reference for something they learned.
I love Tango and Cash.
I bet you do.
Kurt Russell, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. Who doesn't love Kurt Russell? Goldie Hawn loves him. Loved him for a lot of years now.
Sly's actually pretty good in that movie.
Yeah, all right.
Come on. We need to add that to the other podcast.
It's no cuffs.
Oh, gross.
What, you like Christian Slater?
Actually, I did. Well, he's one of those guys that's like, for moments I like him. He's really clever. And other times he's so smug you want to like.
His character on Archer is fucking fantastic.
The earliest known use of the adjective FUBAR is in the 1940s. Earliest evidence from FUBAR is from 1944.
So World War II.
Mm-hmm. In Yank, the Army Weekly FUBAR is formed with English as an acronym for effed up beyond all recognition. Obviously, the F stands for the word we're not going to say today.
Sure.
Rhymes with duck.
Cluck.
Truck.
Buck.
Muck.
Huck.
Suck.
Gross.
Getting pretty close.
Tuck.
Luck.
Puck.
Construct. That's too much.
Nuck.
Oh, we're good. Move on.
Too late. Did we do luck yet?
Yeah, I did luck.
Yeah, all right.
And there's probably like another 20 words we can think of, but I think you've already.
Yuck.
I think you've already bored the audience with that.
Not fair. I bored them long before that.
So it did originate in the military, according to this, which stands for the situation that is so damaged or out of control that you can't fix it. Okay. I still think Tango came up with it. No, Cash. Cash is one that says it.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yes, he is the one that says it.
No, what I'm saying is I don't think that he came up with the term. Also, which one was Tango and which one was Cash?
Tango was Sly and Cash was Russell.
Kurt Russell.
I've been crushing on Kurt Russell lately.
Why is that?
That fucker's so handsome and got so much riz.
Don't try to bring it back. We already moved into a new episode.
Don't do that to Riz. So it's effed up beyond.
Don't you do that to Riz by bringing it back for no reason.
It's effed up beyond all Riz. See, it is new. No off to the Genius Switch, my friend.
Yeah, I know. We talk about this all the time. There's no on either.
No, it's always on.
You can't turn something off that's already off.
I thought you can't turn something on that's just there. It's like oxygen. It's like gravity.
You're right. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're talking about here.
I think your reasoning is FUBAR.
That is not. No, that's.
So did you ever talk about why you hate FUBAR? Just because of the Vin Diesel thing?
No, like I said, I don't want to staple that to him because I don't know that he's the one that said it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing. Knowing where and when it was from,
mm-hmm.
I find it very hard to believe that anybody that uses it as a term anymore is experiencing anything anywhere near what they were experiencing when they coined the term.
True.
There are possibly 5 to 10 other occurrences since then that I could think of where you would be like, oh, that may qualify.
Phantom Menace.
No. No.
It
was recognizable.
I would actually like to think that it still gets used in the military.
Yeah, probably.
I would like to think it's something that they...
And that's fine. Like, let them have it. That's their term, and they're the ones that see things that legitimately fit that category. Yeah. Like, I don't see things like that, so I think that me using it comes off as...
He sees dead people. Dead people. Damn it.
Well, I don't, and that's why I don't see anything that's FUBAR.
He sees dead jokes.
I see dad jokes.
All I know is when the first time I heard it was Tango and Cash, the movie. And when you're like 14, I think that's like 14 or 15 when it came out, and you have like a young teenager's sense of humor, that was as funny as it gets because you were just like, oh, that's so clever. And I thought it was an 80s thing forever.
Yeah, but I mean, look at you.
Yeah.
Some would call you just a hat rack.
I'm so sad.
Your face is kind of FUBAR right
now. Kind of sad. So, when did the first time you heard it? Do you think it was from that movie?
It was definitely from a war movie of some point. It wasn't from Tango and Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Also, every time I start to say Tango and Cash, I have to stop myself from saying Turner and Hooch, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah.
How would you get that confused?
T and blank.
Tom Hanks and dog.
Yeah, but T, name, and ampersand, blank.
I thought you were good with words.
Turner and Hooch.
Tango and Cash. Cash and Tango.
See, that's what they should have called it. Then I wouldn't be as confused.
No, because Stallone would have let him be first.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Fight between Stallone and your favorite Schwarzenegger. Who's getting FUBAR?
I think Arnold. I think he's too nice. Like, Stallone's got Philly in him. I worry about that. Like, I think that he legitimately could possibly mess somebody up. I think
Stallone comes from really shitty stuff too.
I feel like Schwarzenegger would stop before he did too much damage because he'd feel bad.
I think Schwarzenegger.
Speaking of things that I want to see do damage, but I don't know whether or not I want to buy this or not, or find myself at a place that's showing it or not.
Don't say it. I know where you're going.
The man gave up smoking. He is going to break Jake Paul's face. and I want to see it happen, but I'm gun shy on it because what if it doesn't? Then what?
I think that's the only reason people want to see it.
If Jake Paul somehow beats Mike Tyson, literally the world will never hear the end of it.
He's also 60 though. I mean, I guess maybe you should.
I don't care that he's 60. Have you seen his training videos?
They're scary.
They're terrifying.
But they're only for those seconds that they're showing. So,
do you remember any of Mike's old fights? They only last seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he hits Jake Paul twice,
yeah,
I'm not going to say once because the first one probably won't be very hard. But if he hits him twice,
yeah,
and Jake Paul survives it, the world is fucked.
All I know is he's going to just tear up his midsection before he even puts a hand on his jaw. So Tyson will.
Yeah, well, he's shorter, so
yeah,
he's going to have to hit anyway. Yeah, man, Like, so some part of me wants to see that fight so bad. It's the only time that I've cared anything about this Jake Paul thing. And it's not even about him. It's about Tyson, because
It's just a spectacle. It's the crash. You want to look at that crash on the side of the road.
yeah, but I mean, more than that, like
But you're rooting for a
Tyson-
version of that crash.
Tyson is the last actual heavyweight champion of the world. You can give me any name since then, and none of them count, because he completely annihilated everything he went through
That's true.
when he was on his game.
Wasn't who's the last guy? He had the braids. Was it Lewis? Lennox?
Lennox Lewis. He wasn't the last guy. Like Klitschko's had it a couple times since then.
Just there was one or two guys that were still of caliber, but they had nobody to fight. Now, were they on the
Well,
level?
that's the thing. It's
They
like,
weren't on the level of Mike. But
that's the thing, is were they of caliber? We don't know, because
Yeah.
they didn't have somebody that was that good. Like, and we were robbed of finding out how good Holyfield was because Mike went fucking batshit crazy in the ring. But
well, Holyfield legitimately beat him too. I would say beat him at his prime.
yeah, I guess
It just wasn't the kind of beating we
it was.
wanted.
It was in the middle of his prime years, but it was after he had done
Lost
some
his
stuff
damn-
that
Lost his damn mind.
yeah, messed up his head. So it was after he had become himself
Mhm.
FUBAR.
Yeah, true. So you're picking. So we back it up. You're picking Sly over Arnold in a slugfest.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a slugfest. In a slugfest, nobody's going to potentially die. So in a slugfest, maybe it's Arnold, just because he's a little bit taller, so has better reach. But I'm
I think
talking if it's a street fight between those two,
Mhm.
I take Sly every time.
I think Sly wins every time, just because I think Arnold's stronger than him. Like technically, if you take prime Arnold and prime him, Sly just comes from something else. Like he comes from I think he did bad things when he was younger, and that's why he.
Well, I mean, it's kind of why Mike was such a good fighter too.
Yeah.
Like he came from the shit.
Yeah. And I feel like a whole lot of that Rocky attitude of like he would just keep getting up. And like you said, Arnold wouldn't be that important to smash that guy.
The thing is, I don't think they'd ever get in a fight. They've been in so many movies together now that
No.
they clearly like each other enough that
I don't think Arnold's that kind of guy either.
I don't either.
I think he's a big teddy bear.
yeah, I mean, with
Except
the
when he's
exception-
ordering
right when you refuse him a caramel macchiato, look out. But other than that, I
Yeah.
think he's a pretty nice guy.
then the shit's going to hit the fan. So we can say shit. We can't say the other word.
So we can say all of the other cuss words, just not the cuss word that's somehow pertinent to this episode.
Well, yeah.
That's a big old pile of riz.
I think I might know the answer to this. You ever found yourself in FUBAR?
No, the closest I would say is that weird trip back from
Mhm.
Mexico, but that wasn't really a FUBAR situation. That was just
It could have been a FUBAR situation for you.
because to the lay person, to the common, street walking person, that doesn't sound right. to the civilian, that's the word
our
I was looking for.
listeners, Matt used to have a stable of hose.
No, I was my stable of host.
Tomato.
No, to the common civilian, I think FUBAR is just when you've put yourself in a situation that you don't know how to get out of.
Mm-hmm.
To the military person, it's so much deeper than that. So on the basic civilian
Mhm.
description of it, then yes, I would put that weird trip to Mexico and back in there. But
Yeah. So like you had a good point earlier. So I could be like, I remember this one fight I was in, or like a little gang tussle where I got messed up a little bit or whatever. And for me to say I was FUBAR compared to the guy who was storming Normandy, yeah, I need to
a little
shut up.
different.
I need to shut up. You know what I mean? It's like walk it off, man. I did fall off a moving car once and got pretty FUBAR'd.
That's not entirely surprising. Was it a turnip truck?
Yes. No, it was like a Mazda. or
Here's the
something.
thing that would be surprising. I believe that they have turnip trucks in Kingman.
You think so?
No. What, did you just fall off the turnip truck? You believe that joke?
I've never seen a turn up truck turn up in Kingman. Oh, I see what I did there.
I did.
Ideas, man.
Yes, they are generally poor ideas.
Yes, they're still ideas.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Says it on my resume.
Ideas, man. None of them are good, but I have them.
And I'll keep having them. It's my superpower.
It's my superpower. Opening my mouth when I probably should.
That sucks because that's going to get worse as I get older.
Sure is.
I'm
Probably
already-
more racist.
I hope not, because I'm not racist, but I love a good joke that's inappropriate. as you well know, as you're getting to know me.
Yeah, well, and I mean,
And it comes from such a not a racist place from me.
yeah, I know, and I'm the same way, and I always have to remember who I'm around when I'm telling those jokes.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not that person,
Yeah,
But
but
I
you have to know that you're not that person. It's
but I
like,
understand when that kind of joke is funny.
uh-huh.
But there are a lot of people that don't understand that ever as being funny, and so
So-
then I need to keep it away from them.
So that's when I'm nervous about that. I'm more nervous about I'm going to turn into some old dude who doesn't know where he's at anymore, but still likes boobies. And I'm just going to be saying some of the most
You're going to?
most inappropriate stuff, like just sitting there like, I need my mashed potatoes and titties.
Where am I?
Yeah. Mashed potatoes and titties. That's like my favorite song from Winger, I think.
I thought it was Wings, not Winger.
Wings?
I thought it was weird that Paul McCartney sung those lyrics, but
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Guy's a genius.
and vegetarian, right?
It's going to be that kind of party.
Well, if it was going to be that kind of party, I guess you would have a choice of things. Anyways, it's not important.
It's not important. Anyways, we're going to be dirty old men. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
So got that to look forward to.
Yay. But by the time we hit that point, we will be FUBAR.
Mm-hmm. So
Have you ever found yourself in a FUBAR situation? Well, what you would consider a FUBAR situation. I'm assuming that fight at your concert thing where you decided to
at
use
the
a microphone
band
stand as
practice?
a weapon.
Yeah, I didn't get messed up just because I had already like thrown out my back. So I didn't technically get FUBAR'd by that. But when I fell off that car, it was not fun.
There was also the time where I sprayed the guy with the soda gun. I haven't told you this one.
It might be in one of our episodes. Let me see.
I don't remember if it is or not. I was working at PF Chang's, and generally when I was, because I was a bartender, so when I was working, a lot of times I was in the well, which is where, you know, you make the drinks for the servers to take out as
Mhm.
opposed to the bar top itself. So I could do things fairly quickly. So I was doing that. And speaking of which, I really need to get Phil to listen to this show because I feel like he'd love it. Not the point.
Come on, Phil.
Yeah, seriously, Phil, get on it.
Phil, you already got a shout out.
Seriously.
We're going to have to hashtag him in.
You've already got a shout out in episode 62.
We're talking about Phil Jackson, right?
No.
Oh.
Phil Dobry. Anyways, so
Daughtry?
no.
Love that guy.
Dobby? No. Anyway, so I'm in the well making drinks, and you know how on soda guns they have the little like red nozzle at the end?
Yeah.
So that screws on. At night you take it off to be able to clean it out and stuff
Okay.
like that, right? And so whoever had put it on most recently had not done a particularly good job of securing its location.
Yeah.
And so I was making like a vodka soda or something like that. So I pour the vodka and I pull up the gun to put the soda in, and I hit the soda button, and all of a sudden it hits me in the chest. And I was like, wait, if it's hitting me in the chest, and I looked up.
And it's
And-
just
And the most angry, so we just talked about how I am not inherently a racist person,
no.
but the person who for sure thinks that every white person is racist against him
Uh-huh.
was the person that I hit with the soda water.
Oh my
And
God.
he was-
Tupac?
He was irate, not alive anymore, but good new version of it. Actually, this guy's name was Irish, I believe. Not like his name was from the Irish language. His first name was Irish.
You're actually I just watching you go down this hole as you just keep digging.
Yeah.
Getting a little
And so I spray him, and he jumps up and he wants to fight.
Really?
Yes. Not caring about the fact, because he always brought in people he was definitely trying to show off
Mhm.
for lack of a better way of saying that.
Okay.
And so he did not like getting sprayed. And I think that he thought that it was definitely something other than soda water, because
Mhm.
there's so many other options on the gun other than soda water. Really, in the realistic version of this, I was cleaning him as opposed to messing him up. Anyway, so he wants to fight to the point where he is threatening to jump over the bar to fight me. Oh, that brings up another story. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh man.
And he wants to jump over the bar to fight me. And this guy's like there all the time, like
Mhm.
twice a week at least. I, at this point, have not liked him any of those days leading up to this point. And
Gotcha.
And
So
like
this
him,
was planned then.
and like him. No, but I'm just saying I'm not upset that it happened.
You are racist.
Maybe. And so my manager, Jesse, also Jesse should be listening to this. I'll remind him as well. He jumps in and gets like between Irish and the bar and me to try to hold him off. And the guy's not cooling down. Like, he legitimately wants to fight because he thinks I did it on purpose. And again, irrelevant whether I did it on purpose, because it was fucking soda water. So he ends up having to throw him out of the restaurant. And then I think they at least short-term 86'd him, where he wasn't back for like another 3 or 4 months or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Now, getting back to jump over the bar. So I was working at Fox Sports Grill.
It's FUBAR Part 2.
Yes, FUBAR Part 2 lost in New York. So actually lost in Irvine in this case. So I'm at Fox Sports Grill.
FUBAR harder.
And this is after I had stopped being a bar back, and I was sort of like a floor supervisor. I wasn't necessarily a manager, but I was like that step below that.
Still racist.
Yep. And so it's going to sound that way when I get to the story. And so it's in Irvine, and UC Irvine has a very strong demographic of a very specific type of person. And so 2 groups of them were getting in a fight out on our patio. Actually, no, I think it was a group of them and then a group of white guys. For the listener at home, the reason that I'm only saying white guys is because that's the race I represent. And so I don't want to throw anybody else under the bus. And so they start to get in a fight outside, and it's like only 1 or 2 white guys, and it's like 8, 12, 20, who knows, of the other guys. And as I look up, I see the larger group take one of these standing space heaters and pick it up and throw it across the patio at the guys they were trying to fight. They threw a heater across. And so as I'm standing, and it's like this platform sort of like where the AV controls are. So it's a little bit above everybody. As I'm standing there, I see that. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see Tom, one of our bartenders, jump over the bar to run out there to try to help security stop it, because obviously they are throwing flammable things across the patio.
What an awesome night.
Yeah. And so that was kind of FUBAR.
That was at Black Angus?
No, that was at Fox Sports Grill.
Okay. Tomato. So basically you started both of those.
Well, I didn't start the second one. I saw the second one.
All right.
The first one I definitely started when I sprayed him with soda water. So now every time I'm at work, I try to sell people an Irish and soda. It's Irish whiskey and soda water.
There you go. So have you ever been in, like, I don't know, an accident where you got messed up where you could say I was physically FUBAR'd?
No, I've been in an accident where I messed up my car pretty good, but I've never been hurt in an accident. I've
been all right with it too. My buddy and I.
It was definitely another one of my reasons for moving out of Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I just can't go back there, I guess.
No, I can go back there now. I'm a different person than I was when I lived there.
Yeah. Facelift.
Yeah.
Totally.
Now I look like John Travolta. I used to look like Nick Cage, or vice versa. I don't know which.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an improvement, my friend.
Sure.
God, I'd love to see you without that beard.
I've shown you the pictures.
Yeah, but that was back a long time ago. I wonder what it looks like now.
It's probably not even a face anymore. It's just like bone and muscle,
it's like
then hair growing on top of it.
FUBAR directly on your face.
Yeah.
My buddy, when we were like 16, we borrowed his brother's truck, which was prized possession. Like, it was off-roading truck, jacked up, had all the bells and whistles. And all I remember is we were out in the boonies and he was driving, and we didn't have our license plate. We didn't have our seatbelts on, and we were driving behind Smith's or something like that. And there was just all these like dirt gullies and shit. And we hit one, and instead of the truck coming out, we just pile drived into it. And all I remember is ricocheting off of his mirror. And then it's like, I remember us stumbling into Smith's because we had to go find a phone, because I don't remember kind of getting out of the truck and doing it. And then we're just standing there, and like blood just started gushing out of my nose. And then his brother came and picked us up, and I thought he was literally going to kill us. So that's about as close as I've gotten to being FUBAR'd that I know of. I mean, I may have been on a plane that almost crashed and I didn't know, but that was not
probably
fun.
Yeah,
it was not fun. Or
I got another one.
When I was 10, when my crew, we got in a big old breakdance fight, and we effed up those boys. We took them down. It was like 4 against 7. And we had like a dance off.
How do you decide a winner in that situation?
The crowd decides.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why democracy doesn't work.
We were badass, dude.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a relay team. So like you start with your strongest, you take your weakest one, and you decide a third or fourth if you want your second strongest or one that's kind of closest to bring home the dance. Take a guess which one I was.
2.
I was 1. I started it off, dude, because I couldn't do head spinning, and the guy who would do the
your head's not shaped for it.
No, his head was flat as he looked like Frankenstein too, but he could spin like a mofo.
My story was also going to be, I think I was 10. We decided to take the train up to Seattle to see a Mariners game.
Mm-hmm.
It was my dad, my mom, and I.
Yeah.
And we're on the train, and it's, it goes overnight. So we're going through Oregon. And this kid definitely ended up FUBAR because he decided to try to ride his bike in front of the train before the train got there.
Ouch.
And he did not make it. And the report that we got was that they had to pry him off of the grate at the front of the train.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Gross.
Yep.
So we see you've enjoyed FUBAR.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad.
Yeah.
The only time it was really bad is when you thought it was going to be Riz.
Well, I really FUBAR'd that up.
You really did.
Mm-hmm. Pretty proud of you for not using the F word.
Thank you.
You want to let them go?
Yes. I don't think they need to hear any of us anymore.
Really? I think they're
pretty sure.
enjoying this.
Dude,
I think they love hang out with your slang.
they might. I don't know if they do after this episode.
All right. Well, it's been comforting talking to you about FUBAR. I'm glad you stuck it through. You know, you didn't want to.
I didn't want to. I'm still not sure that I wanted to, but here we are at the end of the episode.
He got roofied. He got audio roofied.
Audio roofied. Huh.
Wasn't that the Killer's third album?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so. Sounds good. Well, I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. I hope you like the flashback.
I can, but we'll do it soon anyway.
Yeah. He's Matt.
I'm Dan. Wait. No, he's Dan.
Perfect. You did that just right.
Nailed it. Stuck the landing.
Yeah. Nice one, Carrie. Strug, not the person that goes crazy and like kills everybody at high school.
No. Wait. The guy from Columbine?
No. Yeah. Carrie Underwood.
Oh.
It's like the third season of American Idol.
So we probably shouldn't leave the kid from Columbine in the episode. One, because it's 2 kids. And secondly, because still too soon.
Yeah. So how is your brother doing?
Also, I know somebody that was there.
Yeah. Your brother.
No.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Bang, bang.
That's why he says he's an only child. Bang, bang.
This just got FUBAR. All right, FUBAR, flashback. I hope everybody liked it.
One of those stories does involve me throwing up out of the window of a cab.
One of mine has me throwing up inside the window of a cab.
The other one that I was thinking of has me throwing up by quickly telling my wife to pull over so that we could open the door. So
you told us that one.
Yeah.
That was one of your first ones you ever told us.
Yeah.
We were getting to know you. I was like, yeah, we're starting out with those stories, huh?
Yep.
That's for breakfast too. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that story happened right about the time we met.
Yeah.
It's still one that came at beer pong.
Did you ever poop yourself?
Not because of drinking.
Oh, okay. Well, because of eating?
No, like my first day of high school. I know I've told that.
Yeah,
story.
that's one of our last things. Glorious.
Yeah, no,
Those poor pants got FUBAR'd.
Not for any other reason. I've peed myself because of drinking.
You told that story too. Well, you told
one of those stories.
You told your latest story of that. Yeah. I'd tell you some of my pee stories, but I was like an infant in a diaper.
And then also last week.
Yes, in a diaper. Well, that depends. God, I am so funny. Funny upped beyond all recognition, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. All right. We'll stop torturing everybody.